This video is brought to you by Roll for Combat and The Fall of Plaguestone, an official Paizo actual play podcast. Join Prue, Cade, Brixley, and Celeste as they band together to save the village of Plaguestone from utter destruction. Listen now to The Fall of Plaguestone at rollforcombat.com. Hey everybody, Dave here with another Pathfinder rule reminder for you, and today we are talking about allies. So first off, what is an ally? An ally is any other creature involved in an encounter who is on your side. So these are probably going to be your fellow players, but could also be other people in the area, villagers, guards, townfolk, anybody who is on your side of the fight is typically regarded as an ally. So there are a couple of questions that occasionally pop up about the mechanical term of ally and how it interacts with certain things. So the biggest question that usually comes up with regards to being an ally is, are you your own ally? And mechanically speaking, in 2nd edition, no, you are not your own ally. That's spelled out in the text that describes what an ally is. So you couldn't do things like cast Forbidding Ward on yourself, or use your own damage as a trigger for a Retributive Strike, and anywhere else that in the text of a spell that it says you cast it or use it upon an ally and not you or an ally, then you wouldn't be able to use it. A few other unusual circumstances that sometimes come up, especially with regards to determining what an ally is for purposes of flanking, would be, is a flaming sphere your ally, or a spiritual weapon, is that an ally? And no, unless, the GM always has the final say, but unless the GM says otherwise, spell effects like those are not going to be your ally, so you would not get flanking from having a flaming sphere or a spiritual weapon on the other side of your enemy. I think some other D20 systems handle that differently, but in Pathfinder 2nd edition it seems clear that they would not be allies. Likewise, I've heard players argue that if your enemy is standing with their back to something dangerous like a flaming wall or a pit of spikes, would you get flanking benefits from that? No, by raw you wouldn't be treating that pit as an ally or that flaming wall as an ally. But if the GM wants to view that as a situation where it would be easier for you to attack the opponent because they are fearful of what's immediately behind them, then that's their call. But there's nothing in the rules that there are no facing rules in the system, and flanking specifically talks about allies, and allies are pretty much clearly going to be creatures, not objects. So that's it in a nutshell. What an ally is simply anybody who's on your side of the fight. And can you designate yourself as an ally? No. If you have any suggestions for future rule reminders, please let me know in the comments. As always, I will make sure to include links to any other relevant videos and topics I have in the description of this video. And as always, I want to make sure I thank everybody out there who supports me, whether that's through clicking the like button, leaving a comment, sharing the videos with your friends, subscribing to the Patreon, subscribing to this channel. It all adds up, and I greatly appreciate what you do to support me. And with that, thanks for watching, take care, and happy gaming.